You guys, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for my dogs who, as soon as my husband gets in from running, are going to go just berserk. So I will try and get them calmed down as quickly as I can, but they're barkers.
Okay.
Okay, got your
All right.
email in the chat, so good.
Okay, can we start? Would that be okay?
Yes. So.
All righty. Let's see. All right. Everybody's here? Well, I'm just going to start off with a hello and welcome to the Instagram 101, setting up an Instagram business page with Marcia Menendez. I'm Allison Norfleet-Bringer, and helping out this morning will be Kim Carr, everybody knows, and Wanda Tyner, everyone knows. And this is a little bit of a housekeeping note. In our workshop today, we would like everyone to please stay muted. If you have questions or issues, please use the chat feature. You'll find that chat button at the bottom taskbar on your screen. And now near the end of the actual workshop, we'll open up the floor for a little bit of questions and answers so everybody can kind of get to, you know, put some of the information in. And also, please, definitely, you can use the chat feature to also put your questions there. Wanda, did you have anything else to add?
Yeah, one other thing. For this webinar, it may be better for your view if you go up to the top and choose speaker view. So that way Marcia will be big on your screen, and you'll be able to see what she's working on Instagram-wise when she's showing you things on the screen. So usually that's at the top right corner, and you have the choice of either speaker view, or you get a bunch of little boxes that say gallery view. So whoever's speaking will then be big. And since the rest of us will be muted, it should be Marcia and her screen showing you about Instagram.
Okay, awesome. Well, I will let you know our speaker for this online workshop is one of our Best of Missouri Hands jury members, Marcia Menendez. Marcia, if you can, would you like to take a little time to tell everybody about yourself and your business?
Sure. So I'm Marcia, and I have been with the Best of Missouri Hands for probably about, I don't know, like 7 years. And I've been on the board of directors for the last 4. And I am a fiber artist working mainly in upcycled fabrics. I do all upcycled wearable fibers, accessories and such. And I'm missing terribly my art shows right now, as I know all of you guys are too. And so one of the ways that we can help through this whole COVID that we're going through right now is to try and sell our art online. And many of us have websites or Etsy shops or Facebook or Instagram, but Instagram today is one of the biggest platforms for artists. It's great for art because it's very visual. There's not a lot of words, there's not a lot of typing to do, except for when you type in your descriptions and your hashtags. So you can direct them to your website with your Instagram. By a show of hands, how many of you guys have used Instagram? This is a very beginning workshop. Let me go through. Okay, so a lot of you are familiar with it, and this may be just some revisiting, some things. Maybe it'll refresh your memory. We're going to be having another more in-depth one in June, so that's a little bit more advanced. This is just to get you started. So in my, first of all, Instagram is set up for a mobile platform. It's to be used on any kind of device that you take, an iPad, an Android pad, a phone, or, okay, Lisa, great. You're who I'm gearing this to then. Your phone, any kind of mobile device. That is what it is set up for. It is not set up for your laptop or your desktop. So I remember having a conversation with my dad one time, and I was getting ready to go on a big trip, and he kept trying to encourage me to buy a nice camera. And I'm sorry to all you photographers, I don't mean to offend, but I wouldn't use another camera. This is the camera that I use. And I remember a friend of mine saying that she had read in an article that the camera you always have with you is the camera you want to get real familiar with. And I don't know, Kim, I don't know who else is a photographer, but would you say that that's for the non-art photographers, would you say that's a fairly accurate thing to think about?
I use my iPhone all the time. I love my iPhone. So
Yeah.
it's in my pocket. So, I absolutely agree that the camera that you have with you is the best camera you have.
Yeah. And the great thing is that technology is moving at such a rapid pace that the cameras in the mobile devices are just getting better and better and better. So with that, this is what it is set up to be. It's set up to be used on these. These, you always have it with you. You can set it up and run a post very, very quickly. Wait. Okay, thank you. So setting up your account, does everybody have this, the app downloaded onto their phone or iPad? Okay, great, glad to hear it. So I am going to be, Wanda or someone, did Sherry Salant get in? She messaged me and she needs a code to get into the room.
I'll take care of her.
Okay.
She's not in.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
All right. So I am going to be having, because my app on my iPad and my app on my phone are a little different, and I use my phone for probably 98% of my internet usage. So I'm going to be putting it onto the screen through the camera here, and I'm going to show you guys. And so this is how it is. Now I'm going to go to my app. Now, has everybody, have you created your account? Let's talk about making your account. Your account is what you will use. The great thing about Instagram is, that it's always there with you, and you do not have to have a Facebook account, like a personal account, in order to have a business account. So that's one of the main good things, is you can just have Instagram for your business. You don't need it for your personal account and then have a business account. I suggest that you name your account either your name in some fashion or your business name, and if you're going to do your business name, have it tied into it. I have my personal name tied into mine, and then my business name as the header. And the reason for that is that a lot of people will have their whatever they want to do to whatever cutesy name they come up with. and then they don't put their personal name on it anywhere. And that they're impossible to find then. And as I'm posting to the Best of Missouri Hands account, I can't find them. How is your customer base going to find you? So you want to make you as easily accessible as possible. So knowing that, make it your name or your business name. And if you do your business name, then do your personal name as the on the page, so that it's tied, your personal name is tied to your account. Let me see here. Okay, so on mine, you can see my name. That's where if I were to have it my business name, then I could put my name here. And so I've got my business name there, and then my personal name is my
Marcia, can you
name.
move your phone to the left a bit?
Better?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how. And then you write a short bio. What is your mission statement? What is your art about? I do not have a website. I do solely from Facebook and from, okay. I do solely from Facebook and from Instagram. So you can put your website name right here, and you can link it to your website so that they can find something that they like, and then they can go straight to your website, which is great. And I suggest that if you have a personal website, put it in there. And then a short bio of what you are about. As you can see, I have A&M accessories, upcycled and reconstructed clothing art. 90% of my wearable art was reclaimed.
Marcia, can you back up? A question I think is important is that where are you on Instagram? All of this info doesn't show up when I turn on Instagram.
Okay. So this is my home page, and this is how you get to your home page right here, your little avatar. So that is how you get to your home page. This would be like your Facebook feed. Here is your Facebook feed. And then to get to your personal homepage, then you hit there. So that is how you get there. And then to put all that stuff in that I was just showing you, there should be something that says edit profile. And then that's where you put it, right there. You click there. And from that spot, you have the ability to change your profile photo, which is another thing I want to talk to you about. Make your profile photo either you or a piece of your recognizable art. Best of all would be your face, because that's going to be how people remember you. And as you change your hairstyle or your glasses, retake that picture and put that up there. Because if they're scrolling through and they can't remember your name exactly or your business name exactly, if they see a picture of you, they're going to go, yep, that's the person, that's the person. Or a piece of your recognizable art, they're going to say, yeah, I remember. With mine, I used to have my Scully purses on there. Okay, can somebody read those questions? Wanda, can you read those questions?
I will. Just what you just need to break a little bit, and I'll do that.
Okay.
You want me to ask them now?
The ones that may be relevant to this, can you read those to me?
There's one question is, how do you link it to website? I have a website listed.
Okay, so you have your website listed here, and if you put in your website, then on your homepage, it would have your website on there, and they can hit the link and it will take them, just like when you're on Facebook, and it will take you to an exterior page, and a pop-up page will come up and it will take you to their website. A lot of people have it for their Etsy shop or their Facebook page. So that's how you can do that. You can put your Etsy shop or your website on there. And I don't have one because I don't have a website. I should probably put my Best of Missouri Hands page on there.
Yeah, you should.
So I should. And you can be betting I'll be doing that real quick.
Another question, Marcia. I did log in using my Facebook password. Is that wrong?
If that's how you have it set up, I mean, your Facebook password, do you have the same password for your Instagram?
I'll have to, whoever asked that question, you'll have to put something in chat.
Oh,
That was asked by Lisa.
Lisa? Okay. Is that how you have it set up, Lisa, that you would have your Facebook? Had you set up your Instagram page prior to this? When I downloaded the app, it asked.
Lisa, you can answer.
Yes, yes, Lisa. When you downloaded the app, it asked if you wanted to sign in with Facebook. Yes. Then you have the same. You can access it with your Facebook login. Okay. Okay. Let me see.
What John asked a question. What is the difference when it says switch to professional account? What's the difference?
Okay. So switch professional account is. Let me get there. So this right here, this right here at the very top, these 3 bars is how you get to all of your settings and such. I'm sorry, you guys, these 3 bars is how you get to your settings and such. And then it comes up with all of these choices, the little cogs. Some of you may have just the cog, and that's how you access your settings. And then it says business. Is this what you're seeing, John, right here? And then you can, oops, wait.
Actually, I just did that, switch to a professional account. So I think I understand that a little bit more. It's under edit profile.
Yeah, I see. It's under, yeah, edit. It was under accounts on here. Switch to a personal account or switch to a creator account. I have mine, I believe, is a business account, and then it will ask you a series of questions. Is this an art business? What kind of business is it? And those are questions that you're just going to have to go through and decide which one's the best for you. Okay, let me see.
And Marcia, Kim said it in the chat, but in case everybody's not reading it, the other benefit of being a business account is the linking to Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Thank you, Kim. You do have to have a business account in order to link it to your Facebook. Yes, that is a requirement to link it to your business Facebook account. So let's talk about that, linking it. So
Marcia, just for a second, I want to remind everybody, like Wanda said at the beginning, if you go up to the top right corner, you should see where it says speaker view, or you can click on gallery view. If you click on speaker view, you'll be able to see Marcia's screen large, so you'll be able to read it. So go up top and click on gallery view, or speaker view, I mean. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so on here, you go to account. In this page, go to account and linked accounts. And I have mine linked to my Facebook. Now, before you go ahead, it's going to, and especially, does most everybody have an iPhone, or do they have an Android? An Android? iPhones are a bit different, and I have an iPhone. Androids are a bit different, and you're going to have to look at it. Sometimes you may make a whole new business. Okay, lots of Androids here then. A whole new business page, and you don't want to do that. And you're going to have to go in there and see, and it will say, do you have an existing or something along that? So then you've got it in here. Hold on. You've got it. Okay. So you've got it to your, okay, good. Good. You've got it to your Facebook page, and it'll bring that. And it says Instagram wants to use facebook.com. And then it brings it in there. So see, it takes it to that. You can also link with Twitter and Tumblr. And I think these are mostly European apps being used, or Asian apps, it looks like. So before you get click happy on that, make sure that you're not creating a whole new business whole new business Facebook. So let's look at this, and here are some of the things that you get to do. So once you get in here to your, you've got your edit your profile, you've edited your profile. I am a business page. It's asking me to confirm, review page. So I'll do that at a later time. And it's got my contacts in there, and my phone number. Who has a MacBook? Who was that? Who said they had a MacBook? Do not have a smartphone. Okay. Tina, this is, I don't know about MacBooks a whole lot, but this is a mobile platform. So is a MacBook a mobile platform? I don't know about MacBooks. It says it's a notebook. So is that like an iPad? Is a notebook like an iPad or an Android?
No, I don't believe it is, but Tina, maybe afterwards I can send you a link, because yesterday I found a way on your desktop where you can kind of convert the desktop to a pad for Instagram. So you can add posts that way. It's a little kludgy, but you can make it work. At least on Microsoft. So if you can do it on Microsoft, I'm sure you can do it on the MacBook.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I'll try to find the link and put it in here.
Okay. So now you've got all this in here and you've updated it and you're done. So then you want to go back to the 3 bars and you can see what you have and you can see your insights. And that's a really useful tool to see who you are hitting. My audience is mostly from St. Louis. Okay. The Missouri, Illinois area, as you can see. And I'm hot with the, it looks like the women are all in the 25 to 65 plus category. So that's nice. So, and then you just have to kind of mess with those and learn and see where your target audience is. One thing I will say, it's supposedly best to post your posts around 3-ish, because that seems to be a time that is pretty neutral, no matter what time zone you're in. So we talked about that. Okay, let's talk about describing your pictures. So to add a post, you go to this little plus sign. There was my breakfast. So I'm just going to pretend that, and this is how it brings up all your pictures. I'll put this on here. This is something that I worked on that was a personal project for me. And it was an upcycled project. So I go to my next, let me go back. So I want to pick it. I add a plus at the bottom, and then I scroll up,
And here is the picture of what I'm doing. Then you go to next and next, and it brings up all of the stuff where you can type what you want to put in there. And let me just put in a little something real quick. So I'm going to write that it was a personal for me.
Everybody, while Marcia's typing in her description for her post, we will open it up in about 15 minutes or so for live questions. So if you have a question, if you can either type it in the chat and we'll try and get them answered, or Marcia will answer them live in about.
Okay, so now I'm here. I've typed in my description. And I said a personal project for me, I like to take creative moments to make stuff for myself. And then you put on the hashtags. Now, hashtags are how people find things. So a lot of people follow hashtags, and you want to follow hashtags, especially of stuff that you it's like art. It's creative. It's created like your type of art. So like some of the hashtags that I follow are upcycled, fashion, earth friendly, that kind of stuff. For painters, you may want to follow watercolor painting, landscape painting. And then I always put in Best of Missouri Hands, Missouri Made, and the hashtag on Instagram on iPhone is right in your keyboard. In Android, it's not right in your keyboard. So you can put in your stuff, and I'll put in upcycled denim. So I put in upcycled denim, and then I hit OK. And then I have it linked to my A&M Accessories account on Facebook. So when I put this on here, when I post this, that's one of the great things about Instagram is when I post this, it is automatically pushed to my Facebook page. So you get a double bang for your buck on here with Instagram. You don't have to. You cannot push from Facebook to Instagram, but you can from Instagram to Facebook. Now, can you change? How can you change the Facebook page? Okay, Laura, it should. Do you have a Facebook? Did you link it to your business account?
Can you hear me? Yes.
You did link it to your business account?
Yeah, I did, but my Facebook business only has like 160 friends, whereas my actual Laura Labetta has almost 400. I can't get the people to go over to my Laura Labetta studio. So I was thinking of just unlinking it from studio and putting it to Laura Labetta. I have two.
I mean, do you post a lot on Facebook?
No, not as much as I should at all.
I wouldn't, unless, if it's your personal, if the Laura Labetta one is your personal one,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that because people don't care about what you had for dinner or that you've gone on vacation, and you put too much, if too much personal stuff is put on, then
Okay.
it's not advisable to do that. And I would have a business and just get them keep putting it on your Laura Labata that you would like to have them follow you on your business, and also on your Facebook business page. You should have the ability to invite people
Okay.
to like that page, and I would just keep doing that.
Okay.
Invite them, and then eventually maybe they will get the idea that you want them to follow you there.
Okay. Thanks.
Would you think that's the correct way to do that, Kim?
That's good.
Yeah, I agree. And for one thing, post your art on your Instagram business page. And one click, you can share it to your business Facebook page. And then from your business Facebook page, you can share it to your personal page if you're wanting to. So bing, bang, boom, you've made one post, and just like that, you can share it to all 3 pages. So
Okay.
I would keep it, like Marcia said, keep it linked to your business Facebook page. And if you want your personal friends to see it and stuff, just share it from there.
Okay. Thanks.
Marcia,
Mhm.
can you, when you're showing your screen, can you, down in the message you're writing, can you show them the hashtags part? Can you just go down a little bit in there?
Yeah.
The
So
hashtag.
there's the hashtag, and you get 30 hashtags. I would use at least 15 of them, because that's how people are going to find you. And I'm going to tell you some of the hashtags that I like to use that are nice and general, and you may want to write these down. I always do the hashtag, and hashtags have no spaces in between them. It's the hashtag symbol and then all the words together. And as you get used to doing it, it will become very second nature to just do it that way. Let me see, what's this one? Wow, thanks, because I can't even come up with the one. Well, let's get you some then, shall we, Lisa? Lisa, what is your art medium? You are a painter and ceramics, is that correct? Oh, I'm sorry, other Lisa. Yeah, you're of Neverboard Creations. So for you, Lisa, quilling, paper, ephemera. Isn't ephemera paper?
Filigree.
Filigree. But some of the ones that I use all the time that are just good general hashtags to use. Best of Missouri Hands. Again, no spaces. Best of Missouri Hands, Missouri Made, support local artists, art of the day, whatever your art is, then you can put in watercolor of the day, painting of the day, ceramics of the day, fiber of the day. One I do is wearable art, so that's good for jewelry artists and fiber artists, and I'm sure there's some other wearable arts out there. So Lisa, that could be you, because you make jewelry as well. I keep all of my hashtags in my notes. So, and I just recently accidentally deleted them all. Ooh, that's my chin. You don't want that. I just accidentally deleted them all. Let me find it. Oh. So here are some of my hashtags that I will use, and I'll keep them all in here, and then just switch over to my notes. I'm sure that in Androids you probably have a way to do that as well. And then I will just take them all down. Oops, hold on, sorry. And copy it, and then take it over onto my Instagram. And now this is not going to be a good one to do, but then you can just paste them onto there, and there they all come up. So it's a much faster way of doing it. And I have one for each article of clothing that I make or accessory that I make. I have a category just like that, and I'll have like you get 30 hashtags and 30 @ signs. And the @ signs are if you want somebody to see it when they come on to your Instagram or when they sign into their Instagram, they'll see that they've been tagged in something or added on something. And so it will come up on theirs. You can do that. I get a lot of people doing that for the Best of Missouri Hands. They'll save it to your, it'll go over to my Best of Missouri Hands one then. So when I'm posting on there, I can see Allison is really good about doing that. She'll always put Best of Missouri Hands in the hashtags, or she'll @ Best of Missouri Hands. Always, if you have a show coming up, I always suggest that you hashtag the show. I always suggest that you hashtag your own page, your own name, so that if people want to remember you, then they could just type in your name and it will come up as a hashtag. And then, so then you've gotten this far, and let's say you are done. Okay, I've got a bunch of hashtags on here. Oh, here's another one that I have: Art Enriches Life. A lot of people who are here are probably from the St. Louis area, may want to say St. Louis artist, and put your, yes, you have to have that hashtag before each individual word or each group of words. See, I have Shop Small, Art Show, Missouri. That was for support local artists. And then I had Artist Boutique. So you have to have the hashtags. And that's why it's one thing that's really helpful. Yes, and your galleries, good point, Allison. It's helpful to have it in your notes section so you can save a lot of time. Now, let's say I want to sit around on Sunday morning and create a bunch of posts, and let's see, create a bunch of posts so that I can just go in there and post them later on. Then I get to this part and I said, okay, and I can hit share and it will go onto my Instagram like that. Or I can hit the back button and then the back button again, and it will say, if you go back now, your image will be discarded, or you can save for edits, and you can save your draft. So saving your draft and then cancel it out, and you can create a whole bunch of posts for the week, so that when you finally get to the point where you want to start posting them, then you can just hit there where it says drafts. Wait, let me bring it up a little slower. So you hit your plus sign again, and then you have all your pictures, but right above it, you'll have this manage and drafts. And then you can bring up your post, and it's just going to bring it up. And say you forgot to add a hashtag, then you can go back and edit anything in there that you want. And then you can hit share. And it shares. And it's posting. And now when I go to my page, and there it is, right there. So then if you want to like someone's post, I get into the habit of going on Instagram 2 or 3 times a day and going through and giving everyone some love. You can double tap, or you can hit the little heart at the bottom and follow people. You can go into a good way to find out how to follow people. Yeah, there's several sites. There's another one called Planoly, which I really like, and I'll talk about that in my June 5th class. But there are several sites that you can go in and you can schedule posts to go on there. Laura, that's a good thing to think about. I'll have several. Oh, he's yawning. I'll have several apps that I use really regularly. So here is where you can go in and find people. You can find people or hashtags. And let's just say I want to find some people to follow. So I go to Best of Missouri Hands, and then I see them. It takes me to the Best of Missouri Hands page, and then I can see who is the Best of Missouri Hands following. They're following, you know, and it's going to show who they're following, and then I can go in and I can just follow from there. I can hit them there, and see, I'm following everybody already. So let me see. Let me see. John Fennel. I don't think I'm following you, John. Let me. Oh, wait. Yes, I am. Okay. So then if you want to follow somebody, then you get to their page and there will be a thing here that you can follow them. And that's how you can build up a following, especially in the very beginning. Follow a bunch of artists, and it's just, you don't have to follow everybody back. You don't have to follow everybody back, but when you're beginning and you know them and you like their art, it's just a good idea to spread some love. And I'll use that phrase on the Facebook page a lot. Just go spread some love, and that means go like their picture. Go heart them.
Marcia, can you go back and just get to the point where you're doing a draft again? I think
yes, I sure can. So you've gone through all the steps to create your post, and I'm just going to, okay, so now it gets to this point. We're just going to pretend that I'm going to make a post with this, and I've done all my description. I've used all my hashtags that I want to do. I get to okay. And then I can either opt to share it at this moment or go back. And then it will ask you, do you want to go on to share it, or do you want to go back again? And I want to go back again. And this little window will pop up and it will say, do you want to discard this post? Now, if I mess something up and I don't want to post that, then yes, I could discard it, or I could save it as a draft. And then you can cancel out and create more drafts. Then when I want to post it later on, here I go into, and it's always going to bring up your first picture in your camera, but you can see where I have the manage and I have drafts. And then if I hit that picture, then I hit next. And there it is. It brings it up to share it again. Okay. So that is how you can save. And you can save. When I do the posts for either Artist Boutique or Fall Into Art or the Best of Missouri Hands page, I will often sit on a Sunday morning and create, 10 or 15 of them right then. So I don't know that there is a limit into how many drafts that you can have. I try and keep my posts timely to some new work. I've been really slacking off during the corona. But I try and keep them timely as to what shows I have coming up so that I can start pushing my shows maybe a month out or 2 months out if that's my first show, or I'll create them and then I'll use that hashtag each time for my next show that I have coming up, or I will list all my next shows coming up, but I'll tag the show that is most current, and then I'll put it that way. Think of fun ones to fun hashtags to make. Another one I use is Makers Gotta Make a lot, and Love It, Wear It. just think of some catchy little hashtags that you can find, and look at everybody else's who has like things. Look at their hashtags. What are they using? If they have 1,000 followers, what hashtags are they using? Because obviously they're doing something right. And yeah, so just look at others people's hashtags, see what they're using. How do you get more followers? Isn't that the question everybody wants the answer to? I follow a lot of people. You know, I never pay for followers. There will be sites that want you to pay and then they'll give you a bunch of followers. Those are not going to be your people. They're not going to be the people that are going to buy from you. So, and a lot of times they're just these bogus accounts. I do want to show you one thing that I think is really good on here. Let me see. Your name tag. You can put this up. I've seen a lot of people print these off. You can, like when you're at a show and you like somebody's, you can go over there, you know, put that in your photo part, and then their name will come up and you can instantly follow them. A lot of people print this off and put it in their booth. I have on my business cards, and of course, let me grab my business card real quick.
Marcia, there's a couple of questions if I can find them again.
Okay.
One of them was about insights. Do you do view insights across from Blue Promote?
I do promote.
That wasn't the question. I think it's where do you find view insights?
Okay, I will get that in a minute. On my business card, this is my business card with my skulls on it. And then on the back of my business card, I have my Instagram and my email. So they can find me on Instagram this way. And a lot of people will put this, I've seen people just pin these up in their booth too that have this on there. But I think it's a great idea to have this in your booth, and then people, especially the young people. Here's the thing about Instagram is it is a platform for the younger people, and they're going to be the ones who are going to be our future customers. So we want to engage them. They are buying stuff online, and now that's about the only way that you can do art. So okay, so, or sell your art right now anyway.
Marcia,
Yeah.
Marcia, just so
Yeah.
we know, we've got about 10 more minutes, so whenever you want to open it up to some
Okay,
questions.
I will. I'll answer this question. So your insight,
Okay.
you're there, and then you just hit insights. And then you can see, okay, this, I've gotten 184 views on this, and 96 on this one, 7 on that one I just made. And then you can see that kind of stuff. You can see your activity. What is your busy days? And I think there's a place on here that tells you your times too, that people are looking. Maybe it's days of the week. It's days of the week, guys, sorry. Yeah, it'll tell you what, oh no, here it is, it's your times. When are they looking at Instagram? Those are the kind of things that you want to keep track of. And as you get into doing this, just go in and play with these. Go in and figure out, you know, here you can discover people. Here's another way to discover people. It'll sync with your, it'll give you like all your people who are friends on Facebook. So here's Mary Martin and a lot of people that I may look at their stuff. Or so this is a great way to find people to follow too. Okay.
There's been several questions about changing your business name. I'll just tell you that I've recently changed my business name on both Facebook and Instagram. So you can do that whenever you're ready?
Yes.
If we're asking that?
Yes, you can. You can do that, and you do that in your edit profile area right there. Okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for questions now. I hope that you guys are understanding this. Well, I'll tell you, doing this in a Zoom meeting is way different than doing it in person. So I hope I didn't go like all over the place. So go ahead and open up for questions.
So if you, just because it gets crazy if multiple people talk at the same time, if you'll raise your hand so that we can acknowledge you so we don't talk over the top of each other, it'll probably go better. And you can switch to gallery view if you
Kathy?
prefer.
Kathy, do you have a question?
Oh, no, I was just like, well, I guess I can ask something on the followers on Instagram. Yeah, you know, it's like, you don't know, because I only like, some people have 400, some people have over 1,000 and whatever, you know, you start building your follower. But I feel like if you post too much, then I notice that I have 1 less follower, 2 less followers, 3 less followers. Then I have 4. Then, so I try to post something maybe once a week if I can. But I just have no idea how to get more followers. Like you say, you don't want to pay to get more followers. You know what I mean?
So, Kathy, the magic number with Instagram really is 3. That's the magic number to remember. You're supposed to post 3 times a week to keep people's interest.
Ooh,
So you're supposed to post 3 times a week in order to keep people's interest. I have been very lax lately in my posting. And you do tend to drop followers off. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that you'll get people who will follow you just for you to follow them, and then they'll unfollow you.
Oh, yes. I've
some
noticed
reason,
that.
I think it's better to have more followers than to be following people. So they'll go through and they'll follow a bunch of people real quick. That's why I say follow people if you want, but you're gonna always have people that are gonna drop off of following you.
Yeah.
And they were not your target audience anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Well,
it's okay. So but 3 is the magic number on Instagram. Post 3 times. It's actually, in a perfect world, it's supposed to be 3 times a day, but I do it 3 times a week. And we're talking about
hurting.
I know. But I will say one thing here. When I have a show coming up, I really, really amp up my posting because I want people to see what I have that's new and I will be bringing to shows. Mm-hmm. So, and another thing that I do is if I have something that is area specific, so a lot of photographers or painters may have maybe doing a show in St. Louis or maybe doing a show in Denver, and they've got a lot of that area art. That is when you really want to punch it in and put in that you will be in the Denver area for such and such show, and then start posting those photos or those paintings that are area specific.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I do when I am getting ready to go do a show. I will really amp up, and I try and do, if I've got in the middle of the show season and I've got lots of shows coming up, I try and do 1 post a day.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Marcia, when you first set up the account or you go in and edit your profile, at the bottom there's something that says similar account suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Which what's your recommendation there?
I would go in there and let me see, when you're first setting up your profile in the edit section.
Yeah, edit profile.
I don't have that option on mine. That's one of the things about Instagram is that, or apps in general, it depending upon what version you have, are you constantly upgrading your keeping your phone up to date? you may not have the exact same version. iPhones and Androids, their views are always different. Can you post links that may not? Okay, I'll get to that one in a second. But you can also go up to, let me see. Oh, there's a place in Discover People. Yes. And that's in my settings. So yeah, go through and see. Look at, you don't have to hit follow. Look at click on their link first and see if it's something that you are familiar with or you like, or it's like your stuff, and follow them. Yeah. So yes, I would suggest that.
Marcia, somebody, Anne said that she's not understanding the name tag thing.
Okay, name tag is it's just a quick way to, are they called Q codes or QR codes, where you hover over something, yeah, and it brings up, it can bring up a web page or a profile, and that's all that is, Anne, is that it just brings you up. Again, I would suggest putting this up in printing this off and putting it up in your booth so that people can just follow you that way. I know that there's a big debate over, do you want to give everybody your business card or only serious people? I order them off of Vistaprint, so I pretty much give them to anybody. But a lot of people don't want to have these floating around in their purse or in their pocket, and so they can just go up and do the QR code on your wall in your booth, and that's a great way to do it. You don't lose any money, you don't lose a business card. How do you create the QR code on Instagram? It's already in there for you, John. It's already in there. You go to that name tag and it's already in there. Lainey, you had a question on hashtags. Let me see if I can find it again. Mary, was that your question on hashtags? Oh, you have a question? Okay. Lainey says, can you hashtag links that may not be directly to the photo, but is to the people? Example, an alpaca painting, and most of my people are trail riders. I'm not sure I'm understanding the question that you're asking, Lainey. I'm not quite sure I'm understanding the question. Your hashtags don't take you to something. Links take you to something. I think so. It's not going to go a hash. Kim?
Yeah, let Lainey talk.
Yeah, I think what Lainey is wanting to do is, like, a lot of her audience are trail riders, and but she does a lot of horse art, but also paints tigers and alpaca, things like that too. So I would advise that, yes, make sure you've got hashtags in there that are specifically to that subject matter. So I would then like hashtag alpaca art, hashtag farm animal art, and stuff like that. And then you can add some trail riding ones, just to get your regular audience to possibly see that art too. Yeah. So you can do a mix. Yeah. That's not a problem with that. I just wouldn't go far left field and say, hashtag planet. Well, you could do planet Earth because it is Earth, but it's something, big rigs or something. You don't want to use a hashtag that is not, like you're thinking, oh, well, I want to get the big truck drivers following me or something. That's not really your audience, probably. So try to make your hashtags, that are important to your art.
Yeah, make them specific to what you're posting. They don't always have to be general hashtags, and that's, like I said, I have a group of general hashtags that are like art, best of Missouri hands, Missouri made, and then I have one that may say jacket, knit, upcycled, knit sweater, warm sweater, and then in that I'll copy and bring them over to the post there. Somebody
Can I specify my question?
I'm sorry.
Can I specify my question?
Sure.
I appreciate your answer, Kim. That's sort of what I was thinking. My thought was with Instagram to connect with the people that are sort of those that are already following me or my group, the ones I want to attract. So if I were to hashtag trail riders or equestrians, even though the picture is a cat or a dog, that's okay. The question, is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna create some
Yes.
confusion.
I would, yeah.
I would stick it to ones that are more specific. If you're posting a picture of a cat and you're still wanting to attract the trail riders, I myself would probably wait until I have a picture of something that would be more specific to that, to use that. But another way that you could get into that community is to at that community. Like when you do post a picture, if you follow, like say there's a trail riders, is this a page that you follow on Instagram, Lainey?
No, I was just coming up with hashtag ideas.
Okay, so if there's a page that you like that you follow on Instagram, like say there is a page for trail riders, which I'm sure there probably is because it has everything.
Yeah.
Then at them, and people will find it that way.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
There was somebody named Mary on here who had a question, and I don't see, is there a Mary still here?
She left the meeting.
Okay, okay. Anything else?
Yeah, Marcia, Laura
Yeah.
has a question. She asks, what is your opinion on promoting and where to send people? Do you want to send them to your profile, your website, to messages?
I do promote. I was going to touch on that a little bit more in the next series in June. I do promote. Let me find some promotions. Ooh. Hold on. I'm sorry. So I do promote, and I don't know why. It brings in, okay, so you can create a promotion, and when you do that, it goes through step by step how to create it. Let me see if there's something in, let me see if I can find my past promotions. No. Settings, insights. I do see all. Here it is. See all. Oh, it doesn't keep them apparently. I thought it did. I do promote, and I do that before I go to a show, especially an out-of-town show. And I do it to that zip code, and I do it within, like, say, a 25 or 50 mile radius. So it comes up on their Instagrams, and then it will say, like, who do you want to target this to? I will say, like, art, clothing, shopping, and it'll bring up. It's pretty simple, and it's a really cheap way to advertise before you do a show. I do it, and I do it about a week before the show. And again, I post heavy, and then I have it bring them to my personal page, but you can have them bring it to your website too. It's whatever you want. Did that answer the question? Crickets. Was that? Is there a fee? You can. How to post to Instagram from my PC. You may show this on your. Show this in your. Okay, great. What was that other question? Is there a fee to promote? Yes, there is, but I'll tell you, it is so cheap. You can do $3 a day, up to however many, and the more money you spend, obviously, the more people the more insights and or views you will get, the more they're going to push it in there. But I usually will do, like, say $15, and I have made sales from that. I have had people say, I saw you on my Instagram and I wanted this purse. So it is worth it. It is worth it to me anyway. I mean, I think on that one, I think I spent $2 a day and I promoted it for 4 days. So I spent $8 and I made a $55 sale. So to me, that seemed worth it. So, and that was the only person who said, it's $15. You can do $15 a day. I usually do $15 for the total. When we did Artist Boutique, we did $100 in advertising for that. So, and it did seem to, from the promotion, from the insights that I saw on it, it did seem like there were people that were looking and following to the Instagram page and looking at it that way. So, is there anything else? Guys, if you don't have any more questions, what?
I was just going to thank you for your time and your insight, because
Sure.
I think Instagram is a place that everybody should be. You really, if you're going to have one account to promote your art, do it on Instagram. But there's no reason you shouldn't have an Instagram business page, link it to a business Facebook page, and you know, you're hitting a wide audience that way. So thank you for helping us on this today.
I do want to show you real quick. If you have a private Instagram page and a business Instagram page, you can do this. Oh, well, I gotta close this. You can do this, and at the top, it'll bring up all your pages, and you can toggle between the two. So that's really, really time saving. And you can just do it that way. So anyway, you guys, if you have questions, feel free to email me, message me on Instagram, which is this little thing I didn't talk about at all.
Well, we can always have a follow-up if people feel that they still want more insights on this. We can have a follow-up workshop in place. You will have the workshop on Friday, June 5th. That'll go into more detail too. So, but people can always reach you by email, and they can always post questions on the Best of Missouri Hands member-only page. So,
but you can get private messages through these the little airplane. I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, message me on Facebook, email me, and I'm happy. I'm more than happy to help you guys. I love Instagram because, again, it's very visual. I have a short attention span, and it's a great way to advertise your stuff. So again, I hope some of you guys learned some stuff. I hope I wasn't all over the place. Feel free to come back and take the class on the 5th and play a lot with your Instagram while you're doing it between that time. So thank you.
all right.
Karen?
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, Karen, you said you found a way to do it on the PC. Could you please send that to me? Because maybe it's easier than the one I found yesterday.
Can an email be sent out?
So we have it in the events, but you want us to send an email out with the link as well, Darla?
Because it is in the description of the event.
Darla? Carla, what I'll do is I'll post it again on the members only page, with the link and all the different meetings and stuff. So if you can, make note of it, save it in a, a folder or something like that. Because we want you guys to be able to get into all the workshops that you want to be in and stuff. And so I'll do the links again, and I'll try to just periodically post that. But Allison is making like an event for each workshop, and we do have a workshop tomorrow starting at 3:00 by Carolyn Udlin, who was going to be our guest speaker at ArtSmart this year, but we've had to cancel ArtSmart. So she has made 2 workshops for us, and the first one is tomorrow. So it's at 3:00, and I'll make sure that the link gets out there and the password and stuff. So if you guys can join us for that, we'd love to. And all of these are being recorded. They eventually will go up on the Best Missouri Hands YouTube channel, and when they do, we will post that link out to you too. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you.